Helsinki plans to build bicycle path to avoid slope. Serious accident at kindergarten in Vantaa. Finnish people continue to support Ukraine, aid remains significant despite decrease. Poultry farm suffers millions in losses after destroying over 4,000 chickens due to lab error. Helsinki is planning to construct a 200-meter bridge over the sea in the Humaladen, Meri-Lappi area, right next to the Prime Minister's residence, Kesko. This is part of the Munkkiniemi bicycle lane project, aimed at avoiding the steep incline on Sorasaarentien. The project is expected to promote the use of bicycles, potentially extending to Espoo. Teppo Pasanen, a city traffic engineer, mentioned that international studies show that road slopes reduce the demand for cycling. Having a flatter route will encourage more people to use bicycles. The design of the Munkkiniemi bicycle lane will be decided by the end of August, with construction starting as early as 2026. The bridge is planned to be several dozen meters away from the rocky edge, to maintain the natural appearance of the area. The project has sparked mixed opinions. Many Helsinki residents are concerned about the impact on the natural landscape. However, Pasanen stated that building the bridge will make the area more attractive for walking and strolling, with even a staircase for swimming from the bridge. The bridge is expected to cost around €6 million, with the total cost for the entire Munkkiniemi bicycle lane estimated at €13 million. This project aims to make it easier for the elderly and children, who may struggle with cycling on steep slopes. A child was seriously injured in an accident at the Ilvespuisto kindergarten in Vantaa on Monday, July 1. The accident occurred when the child was retrieving a hat from a locker, which then fell. Emergency services were called to the scene to provide initial care before the child was transported to the hospital by ambulance. According to Soil Ikalainen, head of early childhood education in Vantaa, all lockers at the kindergarten were inspected on Tuesday morning and deemed safe. The cause of the accident is under investigation, and Ikalainen did not wish to comment on the size of the locker involved. This incident has undoubtedly caused fear among both the children and staff. The kindergarten has provided psychological support for both groups. A notification about the accident was sent to parents on Tuesday. The Ilvespuisto kindergarten, located near the center of Korsen, currently cares for over 100 children. The police have interviewed witnesses and are continuing their investigation. The Finnish people have maintained strong support for Ukraine even though the amount of aid has decreased compared to the early stages of the war. According to the Finnish Ministry of the Interior, the country primarily provides medical, rescue, and energy aid, all crucial needs for Ukraine during the war. Volunteer organizations play a crucial role in sending aid to Ukraine. Finest Volunteers, a volunteer organization, has sent nearly €235,000 of humanitarian aid to Ukraine, providing hygiene products, food, and clothing for both soldiers and civilians. While the aid from Finland has decreased compared to the first year, it remains significant. The Finnish Red Cross received over €39 million in 2022 to support Ukraine. Last year, this amount decreased to around €5 million, but it is still substantial in donation campaigns. UNICEF Finland also reported significant support from the Finnish people, receiving tens of millions of euros after February 2022 to help children and families in Ukraine. Similarly, the Finnish Church's Foreign Affairs Council received €14 million, largely for educational support in the crisis area. Despite the reduction in aid, the Finnish people continue to support and stand by Ukraine. Volunteer organizations like Finest Volunteers persist in their efforts to provide necessary assistance to the Ukrainian people and soldiers despite financial challenges. The Kuortinen poultry farm in Lappeenranta suffered millions in losses due to erroneous salmonella test results. In May, the farm received a notification of salmonella in a self-managed test sample. According to Finnish law, over 4,000 chickens were destroyed within a week. This result caused significant losses for farm owners Kaisa and Jana Ratakanal, amounting to over €1 million. However, it was later discovered that the salmonella bacteria did not come from the farm but from the Eurofins Scientific Finland lab in Helsinki, as the sample was contaminated during testing. The lab only agreed to compensate the sample handling cost, approximately under €300, leaving the Ratakanal family very disappointed and frustrated. They had to reorganize farm operations and face significant challenges in protecting the remaining chickens. Kaisa Ratakanal shared that the period following the notification was very challenging, as they had to maintain daily work while dealing with substantial losses. It took a year to restore production, and they hope consumers will continue to support the Kuortinen poultry farm. On Tuesday afternoon, a fire broke out at the Kesko central warehouse in Vantaa. The fire spread across approximately 10 square meters and was extinguished by the fire department, with ventilation provided within the warehouse. No injuries were reported, according to the fire department. Jyrki Taminen, logistics director at Kesko, stated that the fire originated from welding repairs on the roof, causing a small section of the roof to burn. Employees have since returned to work, and the fire has not significantly affected Kesko's operations. Industrial food products and household goods stored in the affected area may have sustained minor damage. About 17 fire units were dispatched to the scene, initially considered a major fire. Last week, the MPY cooperative in Mikkeli fell victim to a cyber attack. In a statement on Sunday, MPY revealed that their email inbox had been breached. The inbox contained names, addresses, and personal identification numbers of nearly 8,000 cooperative members. Sami Pulkkinen, CEO of MPY, stated that the attack was executed through a sophisticated phishing email, allowing the attacker to access the inbox for approximately 2 hours. Personal information previously processed and sent through this inbox was compromised. MPY immediately adjusted their security policies and no longer sends information via email. The incident has been reported to the Data Protection Authority and the police. In the past week, 5 encephalitis patients were admitted to the Central Hospital of Länsi-Pohja. 2 were confirmed to have tick-borne encephalitis, and 3 others are awaiting test results. According to Dr. Markku Broas, head of infectious diseases in the Lapland area, the patients were not vaccinated and contracted the disease in the Kemi-Simo area. He warned that the actual number might be higher as many cases are not hospitalized. Tick-borne encephalitis is a serious disease, potentially requiring special care and sometimes causing death. High-risk areas include southern parts of Simo and Kemi, where free vaccines against the disease are available. Misusing student status to benefit from perks is a challenging issue to control at universities. According to the Ministry of Education, there are many cases where students enroll only to enjoy benefits such as service discounts without intending to complete their programs. However, there is no penalty for not completing the course, although study rights may not be extended without academic progress. According to statistics, last year in Finland, 35,700 students did not earn any credits, accounting for about 12% of total study rights. A large portion of this can be explained by legitimate reasons such as health issues or personal circumstances. Aya Zitting, Director of Learning Services at Aalto University, stated that the school does not record cases of study right abuse. However, the school monitors students' progress and provides support when needed. At the University of Helsinki, training programs have study plans to track progress and provide support measures. Anu Hapala, Director of Teaching and Student Services Development at the university, emphasized that students ultimately decide whether to continue their studies. Sirku Lina, Director of Higher Education Policy at the Ministry of Education, stated that there are no direct measures to address this issue, except for potentially applying annual credit limits or prioritizing first-time students. The issue of study right abuse affects not only universities but also reduces study opportunities for those genuinely motivated and eager to learn. The RMC Shipyard in Rauma is facing financial difficulties in completing ordered ships from Tasmania, Australia. The Finnish government and customers have assisted the shipyard. The state-owned industrial investment company has invested up to €50 million in RMC. This helps the shipyard continue finishing 2 cruise ships for Tasmania. Rising material prices and other costs due to inflation threatened the completion of the ships. Jussi Hatula, investment director at Tessi, did not confirm specifics but indicated that Tessi might have participated in the financial solution. Financial support came from cooperation between customers, business owners, especially the Finnish government and the state of Tasmania, as well as RMC. TT Line, the company from Tasmania, invested an additional €50 million to ensure the ship's completion. The rescue of the Rauma shipyard was publicly disclosed through the Turun Sanomat newspaper. Minister of Economic Affairs and Labour Petri Peltonen confirmed that the Finnish government had negotiated with relevant parties to finance RMC. However, details remain confidential due to the commercial nature of the agreement. Valtra, a tractor manufacturer, concluded restructuring negotiations and decided to lay off 29 employees at the Suolahti plant in Äänekoski. Initially, up to 60 employees were at risk of layoffs. CEO Mikko Lehikoinen stated that measures were taken to minimize the number of layoffs. The reason for the layoffs is a deteriorating market situation, currently the worst in 10 years. The plant will reduce production speed from 40 to 30 tractors per day. Previously, in September last year, Valtra announced plans to expand the plant and create 200 new jobs in the coming years, but now the job impact will be more modest than anticipated. German bus company Flixbus has applied to open 3 new routes in Finland, including the Joensuu-Hamburg route, Tampere-Vilnius, and Rovaniemi-Krakow. The Joensuu-Hamburg route has been approved at both national and EU levels and will soon be operational. The Tampere-Vilnius route was also approved by Finland in May but is still awaiting approval from Lithuania. Currently, the Rovaniemi-Krakow route is under consideration. Flixbus, known for its low-cost bus services, began operations in Finland last year with the Vaasa-Warsaw route. If all procedures are completed, the new routes could start operating this fall.